Linus Tech Tips coverage of PAX 2013 is brought to you by Western Digital, Intel, and SteelSeries.
Hey guys, I'm here again at the Indie Mega booth at That Dragon Cancer. And this is kind of something really different. This isn't something that I've seen on the floor. This isn't even something that I've really seen in a video game very often. And yeah, I think that's it for me. What can you tell me about this game?
Well, my wife Amy and I have 4 sons, and our third son Joel has terminal cancer, and we've been fighting that for the past 3, almost 4 years. And so this story is about him, and it's about the roller coaster that's our life, and the hope that can be found, the hope that we found in the shadow of death.
Wow, it is that deep. He's not just exaggerating. I have played through the game. It is quite a moving experience. How do you go through this game, this story?
Well, this first demo scene takes place in a hospital, and it retells a night that I actually spent with Joel. Right after they told us that he was terminal and they had started palliative treatment, he got a stomach bug, and so he was hospitalized for dehydration. And so this kind of compresses that 6 or 7 hours that I spent with him not being able to calm him, like not being able to do anything to help him, and the helplessness that I felt in that, but then also the grace that I saw at the end. And so that's what this particular scene is.
I hate this room. I didn't used to. For a moment, it was an adventure. I was cast as the compassionate and caring father, holed up with his fragile son in a small cleft in the rocks. The storm raging, waves ripping at the sharp black rocks below, and enveloped in my arms, he feels safe.
You really just, you're kind of in my head, and you're also kind of outside of me. Yeah. And as I'm kind of stuck in this hotel room with my son.
It's really interesting playing through that scene because you feel really connected as a player with the situation. I know you were actually in the situation, but as a player, it's obviously not the same thing, but you can feel a little bit of empathy for the situation. And then one thing, this obviously won't be in the game, but in the playtest that I just had, there's the picture of you and your son right to the left. And I felt myself referencing that picture throughout the playthrough because it's so deep, and you do really feel that connection. And it's a completely different thing because it's a true story and because it's coming directly from you. You can tell that there's that much power behind it.
I just want him to feel better. Shh, 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 shh. It's okay, Jolie. Shh.
It's really, really interesting game. Is there anything else you can add?
Well, I'm a pretty proud father, and I put the pictures there because I want people to know that who he is, and that picture was taken 2 weeks ago, and I want him to know how beautiful he is and just how sweet he is, and so I also want people to know that this comes from a very real place for us. I mean, this is something where my wife and I decided that we were going to approach this project with our dev partners in the middle of our experience, And to me, that was really important because I think a lot of times when you approach hard things from afterwards, you have a tendency to oversimplify those things that you went through, and when you try to pass them on to people, they come off as laws and rules about how you're supposed to live, right? And so for us, there's a very important part of being in the journey and choosing to walk that with other people because there's thousands and thousands of people here, and they all have their own pain, and that pain is very real to them. It's not something we can compare, and I just want to give them a hand and say, hey, I have just a sliver of experience, and I have an idea of what you might be going through in a very small way. So,
and I'm very happy that you have found a way to be able to develop this while going through it, because you're sharing an experience with many people that can't actually feel it, but this is the closest they will possibly ever be able to be, most likely ever be able to be.
Bounce around. Is that funny? A bounce, a bounce, a bounce, bounce, bounce.
how will someone be able to get this game?
Well, so, we kind of poured our life savings into doing this, right? And so, and then we kind of ran out of money. So, what happened was Ouya stepped up with an investment, and that allows us to like really commit to this project full time and be able to support and love my family, at the same time. And so it's
really
like,
important.
yeah, it's like a real blessing, and it's just tremendously awesome of them to step up and do that because they believe that what we're doing should be done. And so we're going to come to Ouya first next year.
Great.
And then after that, we'll see where we go.
Great. So if you don't have an Ouya yet, definitely check that out. And if you can't check that out, just wait, because you should definitely try this game. It is a really big experience. It's totally surreal. Thank you for developing this game. Thank you for showing me this game. If you want to see all the rest of our PAX content, be sure to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips.